Hi guys, and welcome to week 6 of Jess's Bachelorette breakdown. I'm Jess.
And I'm Chris.
My co-host. Still. Okay, so Chris, we haven't talked about the show ahead of time. So this is going to be really exciting to hear your first thoughts.
Coming at you live and fresh.
And fresh, yes.
So, in keeping with your theme of coming up with a theme for what each episode was,
yes.
I took something that I was once told by a coach of mine in sports.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There's a big difference between wanting to win and wanting to not lose. Okay, fans.
Okay.
I watch these guys week in, week out, and one thing I'm getting from almost all of them, except for one, I think, is that these guys aren't trying to win over JoJo. They're just not trying to lose to the other guys. We're watching these guys compete against each other, and that's all it is. Everything they talk about is, well, this guy's coming after me, this guy's doing that, I bet he's playing this game. They're all trying to out-psych each other, but in the meanwhile, they're really just missing out on what JoJo really feels.
Yeah, that's a good point. And Chris, I'd like to speak to what JoJo really feels, which is crazy. JoJo feels crazy, okay? Her idea of love is so ridiculous to me now that I don't think this is going to end well for her. And I think the theme of the show is the love languages. Now, I don't know if you guys have read this book or not, but it's called The 5 Love Languages. It's really important. Do you know what the 5 love languages are? Words of affirmation, gifts, acts of service, physical touch, and quality time. And JoJo actually brought it up in one of her dates with Chase, which we will discuss later,
Yes,
where she said she has words of affirmation. It's a confusing thing, but this is going to help you in your relationships, trust me, because I'm smart.
Good. Well, I had to talk about sports, so I'm sure it will help me a lot.
See,
I'll
we're
learn a lot
gonna
of new things.
You're going to get all of this guidance today in our show. Robbie misses the girl. That's what he said. Did you see that in the beginning of the episode? He was like, I just miss the girl. I miss her. I don't miss Robbie ever. And I'm sick of him with he loves her. He said he loves her. He told her. I told her I love her. I'm the front runner. And I want to punch him in his smug, perfectly symmetrical face. So then we find out that Wells is going to get the one-on-one date, which is really interesting because he brings up the point that he has not kissed her yet. And everyone's like, oh.
I feel like even I've kissed JoJo at this point.
Bring up your boy Luke for a second because Luke got weird.
What?
When they were talking about Wells kissing JoJo, Luke was like, so are you guys going to kiss?
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do.
I was like, what are you, 12?
I mean, it was all in good fun. It was all in good fun.
Really? Because I think he was trying to call him out and make him look like an idiot.
No. Luke doesn't need to call anyone out.
You guys going to kiss or what?
Wells and JoJo.
Okay, see, you would.
That's what I was saying.
That's what you would have done.
It seemed like it went for a long time in this process where they haven't kissed. And it got me thinking about this show, Jess, and I was just thinking about how, we've been going on for a long time and we've never had a professional introduction, so I just want to take the time now that it's perfect to say.
Did you feel like this was the right moment? Because I feel awkward.
I gotta work on it.
So they all thought that they were such good kissers. Did you notice that? Like after they started talking about kissing, they were like, well, I'm a really good kisser, so he better be as good as me.
He's got a lot to live up to.
Yeah, like making a lot of loud noises does not constitute good kissing. And I've seen the tongue because they get the cameras right up in the face. And I'm like, whoa, ease back a little, boy. I found myself pulling back from the television because I didn't really want to look anymore because I felt like I was invading their personal space.
And maybe him and JoJo would have been right for each other, but he's just got too many things going on and this process just wasn't becoming to where he's at in his life.
2-on-1 date. This is a very tense situation. They have to tango. Argentinian tango. And it says it takes 2 to tango, not 3.
Hey, Jess, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Who would win in a charisma contest?
But we have Chase.
I'm trying here.
And we have Derek. So then she takes them separately, to their respective couch to talk to them. And Derek is weird. He was like, I'm so freaking lucky to be sitting here with you. I'm so freaking lucky. I would just be the freaking luckiest guy in the world.
Freaking lucky.
When I first saw you, I was like, damn, this girl got me. And she goes, thank you for saying that. It really means a lot when you say these things to me.
Yeah, it means a lot. It means a lot, like, I'm gonna drop your ass.
Yeah, and
I mean, it just showed that he let the confidence go way to his head and he couldn't handle it.
So then she takes Chase to the couch. And I'm sorry, America. I love JoJo, but she's losing me because she started to fight for him. And she says all this stuff to encourage him to tell her. And I was like, girl, what are you doing? You're picking the same kind of guy you always pick, a guy you have to pull it out of him because you want to chase Chase. You want to chase Chase. Chasing Chase. She's a chaser of Chase. Chasing Chase.
Well, let me just
Chasing Chase.
chase that point with one thing. When they were walking in
Yes.
to the date on the couch, she asked him, she like, you looked a little mad out there. He's like, yeah, I was mad. Like, see, I got a feeling it's mad. I know, I already told you I would try. And she's like, but you have to try, and you haven't done it for me yet. And he's like, I know, I just feel bad, and it's hard and everything. And then she's like, oh, okay, well, thanks for opening up to me. And I was like, well, it's not really opening up. That's just kind of like promising that you'll not break your promise that you already promised before. It's like chasing Chase.
He didn't do anything.
Chaser, yeah.
He did not do anything to deserve that rose. I'm sorry. If she wanted to send Derek home, fine, but send them both home. Because Chase did not deserve that rose.
If she sent him home right after doing that, and he semi-responded for, I think, as much as Chase could, and then she just sent him home after that, that would have left him mentally scarred for a long time. Like,
You
he
think
would be,
so? I
yeah,
think
he
he's
would have to
playing
go
a
to
game.
therapy for that. And like finally he
You're
like,
giving him
opens
so
up
much credit.
on
You believe in
national
Chase.
TV. No, well,
Ugh. She was like, you're pulling back. And that is a game women play when they're like, you're pulling back from me and I just don't know what you feel. Because they're basically forcing you to tell them how they feel. I know this because I play that game. Because that's what we do. We want you to tell us how you feel and you don't tell us, so then we have to like kind of trick you into telling us by making you think you're opening up, but you're not really opening up. But then we think you opened up even though you didn't open up, but you said one thing that made us kind of feel like you opened up, but there was no opening up. But we think you opened up. And we love you for it. The music in this episode, I have to say the music was so epic. And you guys, then Derek got sent home. This was really sad for me. Because he's Derek, and he is important. And he gave so much of himself. Why am I crying?
I shouldn't be crying.
Why am I crying? Stop crying. You stop crying. You stop it. I don't know what happened in that. You stop crying.
I'm not crying, you're crying!
Stop crying. I don't know what happened.
Don't cry!
Look to the side. Look to the side! Stop crying. Woman on a balcony, serenading, lovers, and a man crying in a limo being taken away. Argentina. That was beautiful. I don't know what she was saying, but it was beautiful. The use of musical theater in this episode really, really touched me. And the fact they found a song about the country.
Yeah.
I am hoping that on next season they can do a scene that will showcase one night in Bangkok. And play that in the background. Bangkok, Oriental City.
One night in Bangkok
and the world's your oyster.
I actually didn't know the words past one night in
I
Bangkok.
know, well I did.
I never even heard that song.
Well, it's okay, you heard it now, Amanda. Now we're on the date with all the guys where we have awkwardly swirling his wine, ARB.
What is his real name?
I don't know. James Taylor said all this stuff about him, and apparently they were best friends in the house.
Yeah.
But now,
okay.
somebody, ARB, is super mad at him.
Yeah, I think James was just trying to be too smart with his words and for his own good.
Don't be smart with your words. And ARB got mad. He got so mad.
Which actually proved James's point. I mean, like, not once did he think about easing her fears about it.
No.
All he thought about was
Defensive.
getting defensive and discrediting James.
let's talk about the rose ceremony. Were you shocked by the outcome of the rose ceremony? Chris,
Yes.
why?
I did not think of the possibility of 2 roses going to the last 2 guys. I thought one was going to have to go home.
I thought both were going to have to go home. It should have happened because honestly, is she going to pick James Taylor or Alex Short Marine? That's what I call him.
F. Alex Short.
Alex
I am
Short Marine.
so sick of him. Now, here's...
Alex Short Marine. My mom does not like you.
I'm like, look, guy, you know what? It's clearly not about you, and not about anybody else but yourself.
And then instead of saying, I'm so glad I'm here because I get to still fight for this woman I'm falling in love with, he said, well, I don't feel very special. I don't feel very special.
Or I feel like it was a pity rose.
Yeah, a pity
Whoa.
rose. She gave me a pity rose. Yeah,
Well,
she did. Whiner. If you whine like that in the Marines, you get smacked
so I hear.
or punched.
Now I'm not gonna smack you
Push-ups. You get hurt.
a lot.
They will do things to you. You can't do that in war, Alex.
I just want you to know you're being a real punk.
You're being a stupid face. My prediction is, going into week 7, that the last 2 standing will be ARB and Luke.
Luke is the front runner in my mind. I think he's the total package, and I think the winner is clear cut at this point. But there's still so much to be told. See, that's what I like about him. That, and I kind of know him. We were like a friend of a friend. So did I tell you that? Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
Chris. She will want to pick ARB, but she's going to send him home because she fell in love with the same kind of guy she always falls in love with, and she knows it's not going to go anywhere. And I don't even know who I want her to end up with because, quite frankly, I don't love any of them. If I have to pick, I guess I'll pick Luke.
Yes. Yeah, I think I'll pick Luke too.
All right, so we're going into week 7, you guys, with Luke as our front runner. We want to thank you so much for joining us here on Jessica's Bachelorette Breakdown with me and my
Me?
co-host. And why should I keep you? Why? You're taking 2.
Words of affirmation.
Basically because no one
Yes.
else wants the job. Okay,
Chris.
This is Chris Lafferty. I'm Jess Geeson, and we want to thank you guys for watching. We're trying to make it short, but we just have so many opinions.